So the main purpose of this ordinance is to reduce the speed limits. It's part of a larger strategy. It is not the beginning nor the end of the city's traffic calming efforts in the core downtown. This is an area of state code. The authority that's granted in the state code is section 46-100, which relates to reducing speed limits through the city council in a business area. We thought this is something that we could move forward with immediately. It was clear, and this is low-hanging fruit. What you see on the screen here are the T5 transect, that's roughly equivalent to our core downtown. The blue lines are the streets where the speed limit is proposed to be reduced, and the red outlines are parcels that are in current business use. We used those metrics as outlined in the state code to come up with the street sections that we could move forward with reducing the speed limit on now. So that's how we derived at this ordinance and the street segments that are proposed today. The next effort is to evaluate and modify traffic patterns. We're doing this primarily by looking at one-way and two-way pairs, and I'll give a little bit of information on that. Again, this is not the beginning of this process, but we are in the different state of the process with several different projects. The green outlined one-way to two-way pair is Washington Avenue, Fall Hill Avenue, and Maury Street. It was identified in the Area 6 plan in 2019 as an area of concern because the area is now predominantly residential. The institutional uses that and the overall traffic patterns in the city that made this pair warranted have gone away. And the one-way pair was creating traffic problems. The City Council adopted that plan, funded an engineering study to look at what it would take to change that traffic pattern, and then put the improvement in the capital improvements plan. And here is the final concept. The plan involves a conversion of the traffic pattern. What you can see there are two-way streets. We've got the dimensions outlined there. It has traffic calming pedestrian improvements focused right now at Virginia Avenue and Fall Hill Avenue along the corridor that gets you to the bridge that goes across the canal. It also is aligned with a bus stop. That is actually on the list of street improvements on your next item as one of the ones to fund, which is on budget and on time as of right now. The next two traffic patterns to look at are coming through a downtown traffic study. The funding for that study was approved by City Council in this year's budget. The blue line, Princess Anne and Caroline Street north of Amelia Street, a one-way pair that currently has speeding issues. The purple line, which is William and Amelia Street, there are speed issues and access and mobility issues. And then down at the bottom right of the screen, the pink line, which is Princess Anne and Caroline Street south of Lafayette Boulevard. The downtown traffic study, one of the main focuses will be on these traffic patterns with an eye towards what can be done to change them or turn them to two-way in the near future. Another component of our downtown strategy are bicycle boulevards. And again, not the beginning, not the end, but we are chipping away at these things. The maps you're seeing are from the downtown Area 7 small area plan. The small area plans have been very successful in identifying these kind of fine-grained improvements, and some of them weren't new. Certainly, the orange square in the middle wasn't a new facility. It was being worked on while the plan was being worked on. It was an example that we could follow. It is the bicycle boulevard that is proposed from the college down to the river, and some work has already been put into this. These are the traffic calming bump outs that are along Lewis Street, this is the Lewis Street Bicycle Boulevard, at the intersections with Caroline and Princess Anne, two high traffic, high speed areas where the city has constricted the traffic flow. These are there today. You can walk them. They're great. I do it all the time. More to come on that. Moving along, again, now we're looking towards the future. We have our downtown traffic study funding available for this year. We're going to look at two different areas. The first would be north of the what we call the Bankside Trail. It's the light green square, that bicycle boulevard going from Amelia Street up to along Sophia, up to Pitt, and then along Caroline to connect the trail networks there in the center of the city to the Heritage Trail. So that concept design will be a major focus of the downtown traffic study. We've been working on this in conjunction with the Bankside Trail project. You can see a small leg of it, so the southern end of the city, the Riverfront Park, you can see the green blob. The Bankside Trail will be an off-street facility. We're working on funding for that. And then you go along the river to a point around Taparillo, and you see a more straight line. That's the beginning of the bicycle boulevard in that area, which will be a predominantly on-street facility, a separated multi-use path, the details of which we're going to outline in that study. And the final piece of that, a very similar piece of infrastructure, is in the southern area of the city. You see a red square around another bicycle boulevard. Another project that we're pursuing funding for is the Dixon Park Connector. It's the orange and blue trail that would connect the Dixon Park Trail Network in the neighborhood south of Blue and Gray Parkway in the city to the downtown. The off-street trail can get us so far, and that's what you see here. Right about where you see the dot that says Caroline Street route adopted in Area 7 plan, that's where the trail enters the current Caroline Street right-of-way where the street is, and that's where the focus will be with the downtown engineering study on what facilities are appropriate for the on-street bicycle boulevard components to connect the off-street trail, which will go through the natural areas and connect to the park to the south, to the core downtown. So these are all traffic calming, multimodal improvements that are underway right now.